Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of r/JustNoMil. In today's episode,
I ruined my mom's important party because she didn't ask me for permission to have it at my house. Emil gets all boys' clothes, makes blue blankets, despite us not telling anyone the gender. Baby shower guests now think it's a boy. Emil wants to attend my wedding while I don't plan any. Before we get started, make sure to subscribe so you will never miss a video. So let's get started. I ruined my mom's important party because she didn't ask me for permission to have it at my house. My mom planned a party for her and 50 or so of her close friends at me and DH's house without telling us. She thought it was alright because I previously let her host my grandma's birthday here. I knew she was having this get-together for weeks, but never did she mention it was at my house until she called me 3 days ago the party to tell me some random guys were delivering things to my house for her party. I asked her who she asked for permission to use our house, and she said no one. She thought she was free to do so because it's her daughter's house and the hall she booked fell through. I think that's BS, so I called my sister before my mom got to her and asked what hall my mom booked, and she was confused and said the party was planned to be at my house from the beginning. I then called, she didn't pick up, and messaged my mom and told her she's not having her gathering at my house. I don't want strangers in my house or my backyard or my pool. DH also messaged her and told her no, and she didn't respond. We messaged my mom on WhatsApp and couldn't tell if she read the messages or not because she has her read receipts turned off. So I told my sister, who was on call with her, to tell her we said no. Yesterday, a delivery van came to drop things off for the party tomorrow. They had no idea who I was because my mom lied and said it was her house. They started unloading things without even talking to me first, so I explained the situation to them. They weren't understanding at all because they hadn't been paid, so I threatened to call the police. This worked and they left. Today, my mom's party planner came for a walkthrough, and I told her this is my house. I have not given permission and will sue her if she comes back, and she left. The caterer also came by to look at our kitchens, and I told him the same thing, and he was so confused because yet again my mom lied and said it was her house. My mom called me a few minutes ago, in tears because she's realized her party is not happening at my house ever. She said this party is important because it's her opportunity to get herself back out there. She's basically planned a party so she can find guys to date. I'm speechless. The audacity my mom has left me speechless. I hung up on her because she was going on a rant, not listening to me and trying to manipulate me because she nearly died in childbirth. I wasn't even the one being delivered. My other sister, being the kiss ass she is called, and asked on mom's behalf. I told her to have the party at her house and hung up. Edit. We live in a gated community and we've spoken to security. Anyone who shows up will be sent away. I don't need advice on what to do if they show up because they won't make it to the gate. That was awesome on how you handled your mom. She ought to be ashamed of herself. Not much surprises me on this sub anymore, but this is Balsi. Kudos to you from an internet stranger for standing your ground. Wow, mom is a ballsy one, isn't she? What I love is that she didn't answer your message or calls because she thought you'd cave when the deliveries and such started showing up, and she was very wrong. ROFL. Good for you. Glad you didn't cave. Yep, sis can host at her house if that's big of a deal. Question: why can't mom host her party at her residence? Was she recently divorced, and that's why she wanted to have this dating extravaganza? OMG, this just absolutely blows my mind. She just ignored you the first few times that you said no. It's shocking that she just planned this whole thing without your permission. She was way out of line. Every now and then I think I've read it all, and then a post comes along and wow. The absolute audacity of your mother. If your sister is the one who almost killed your mother being born, tell her to host your mother's dating game party. Your mom's got some balls. I'll give her that. Emil gets all boys' clothes, makes blue blankets, despite us not telling anyone the gender. Baby shower guests now think it's a boy. Jamil has been obsessed with trying to find out the gender of our baby this entire pregnancy, as we aren't telling anyone. I found out on accident. My shower was this past Saturday, and she has been slaving away over 3 crochet blankets for a few months and brought them along with a ton of clothes. Am I appreciative? Yes. But they're all boy clothes, and because I was pressured to open gifts at the shower, I wasn't planning on it. The impression of seeing 3 blue blankets and tons of very boyish clothes, think suspenders and button-up shirts, left all the guests thinking that it was indeed a boy, and she must know because she's the grandma.
I'm livid.
We are having a boy. But I really didn't even want to know myself, let alone have anyone else know. I just hate that when people hear a gender, they start buying all the crap they associate with that gender, and I didn't want that. I didn't want the sports/dinosaur/truck themed clothing because I think it's lame. I didn't want people promoting gender stereotypes onto my unborn child. I just wanted people to experience the mystery of it, since it's rare people don't find out what they're having. But everyone is just obsessing over it until yesterday. Everyone left saying they can't wait to meet the baby boy. One person told me they thought it was a cool way to do a gender reveal, and I'm just like, WTF? I hate my MIL so much. She has the most smug look on her face when gender-related topics come up, and I feel like this was the last thing to make me realize I genuinely hate her. It may or may not have been her intention with the blankets and clothes, but it's hard not to feel like she just had to take a jab. She couldn't just buy the neutral-toned clothing I would actually use. I also just remembered that she told me my tan looked Trumpy. She hates him, so it was in a bad way. And to be fair, it wasn't the best-looking self-tan. But like, maybe don't tell your DL she looks gross in your opinion. Like, I don't know in what situation that would ever be okay. Maybe I'm just being sensitive about things, but I just feel like I need much more distance from her, and don't really want her in my life at all, frankly. I'm so mad. Am I overreacting? It's funny how that generation has this thing about having boys, like having a boy is some sort of honor over having a girl. I have 3 girls, and so many boomers told me I need to keep trying for a boy. It's not the 1800s where the boys keep the family name alive anymore, or whatever. I'm actually happy with my girls. If she say, I knew it, or I told you so, say, yes, unfortunately most people prefer boys. I wonder how your parents reacted to finding out you were a girl. I have 2 boys and I get the same pressure about trying for a girl.
No.
I hate your MIL too. Han, just because she made them does not mean you have to use them. I am sure someone else would love to have them. MIL wants to attend my wedding while I don't plan any. Future MIL and I had a few rough moments, but we made peace, and most of time, she really appreciates what I do for my DH and their family at all. We still have some moments that don't even end up with arguments, but it gets on my nerves sometimes, such as commenting about my outfits, she's tomboyish and I feminine, or my food preferences. When DH proposed, I told him that I never wanted a wedding, nor it makes sense to me to have one. My family lives too far. My parents died one by another, and I am still grieving. I don't want all these pics where they won't be present. Wedding will cost a lot while both aren't rich and saving money for something else. DH totally agreed, and he doesn't even have that many friends to invite. Both of us have a small circle of friends. So, we decided to sign papers and go on. We have talked about it multiple times. So, MIL calls and says, my brother and his family are coming to your wedding from another state. When we reminded her again about our wedding plans, she played dumb and accused me for not inviting anyone from their side. That she's excited and want to celebrate. I was pissed and told DH, if you guys want to celebrate, do it without me. Why is someone forcing me to do something I don't want just to make them happy? Am I being too harsh? I guess I just don't want that MIL drama. You are not harsh at all. Your marriage, your decision. I would just sign the papers and not tell them until after it's all said and done. You need to show her now that she isn't going to rule the roost. Thank you. Get DH to phone his uncle and tell him there is no wedding to attend. Don't waste his money. Yes, DH needs to tell his family the truth. There is no wedding, just a marriage announcement. That's all. Tell her to have a family reunion if that's what she wants, lol. If you made it to the end of the video, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe and share, and we will see you in the next video.